Hello and welcome. Now I am going to get rid of the Evian, but we are going to use it for this first to get the harvest done. Yeah, literally straight away. I need a trailer quickly, which we've not got the one that I was going to grab. Yeah, we're going to grab. There's certain things that I've not done yet. It was a rudimentary first session with a rudimentary set of equipment, but I do need a bigger trailer. I am going to buy our trailer. I think I've got, yeah, I'm actually viewing interactive zone markers aren't. I think I'm probably going to leave a couple. I do like these cobbly-like things. Very nice. It's a beautiful map. It does remind me of a Dutch map that I've seen before, and I do like the fact very much that we're actually right next to the shop. Yeah, it's one of my favourite sort of things that we're near to the shop. But, so I'm automatically, yeah, right. So we want one of the bigger, yeah. So that's our telehandler as well. It is. Right, so we want a trailer. And we're going to go for the BI Industries one. It's which we've sort of done for almost everything, but I've got to be honest, it probably is to me one of the best value that you can actually have. So standard, yes. Oh, it's gone down by the field. Do you know the amount of times I forget about this? You know, like resetting. I don't mind you knowing that I actually do it. I always openly admit that, but like it's annoying because I come to the shop to grab it and like I've forgotten that I've left it in the field. It's probably going to go in the water as well because it like I think the Nardi is there, so that means that this is then going to go in the water and I'm going to probably have to reset it and it's annoying. Right, and actually, guess what? The harvester's right there. What's that? I was saying, be sure your sins will find you. Oh, I don't have set. It's not got the. Oh, it's actually in the right place though. Ish. Right, we need to borrow the harvester and push it out of the way a little bit. Oh, it is doing straw spot. Ah, that's right. I've got that mod that automatically enables it. So let's try and not push it too far. Let's do that, and then let's go back at it. Yeah, I was thinking the Evian is worth more than the standard harvester, but my personal version of the Massey is different. It's got a bigger hold, so it's sort of like that's the only thing that I always really with the start harvesters is the size of the hold. I always find so really because we've got an enhanced hold, which we legitimately have. It's not we're not cheating or anything. It literally has got a larger hold. You know, deliberately the model has. That's what I'm trying to say. So right, let's just set this going. So I really would like to swap this for that because I could cope with that all the way through, and it's probably going to be worth more. Let's have a look. Let's just have a quick look and see how much is this worth if we were going to sell it sort of straight away. I mean, so far everything has been. So sell. Oh, we're not going to do it, but 186,000. That's what I'm saying. We'd have 100,000, and I know, you know, we've got a lot, but we could get a big harvester or something that we need, like a vegetable harvester or another. I mean, tractors. Always tractors. We've got a rudimentary crew of 2. Now I'm trying to actually do a barn finds fence Xylon, which that was what I was trying to sort of do. I was trying to make it so that the Xylon is one of my oh, it has actually got a road at the end of here. Ah, an internal sort of set of roads. Now that's interesting. Right, so let's grab the yeah, because we've like left our thing blocking the road. I'm sure there is like a build-up of cars. Only, of course, actually there won't because I'm not there. Yeah, it does it by around you, doesn't it? I'm sure I can squeeze past that. Oh, I will. Just right. Let's get this a little bit further into the field. Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, so I mean the Evan is quite. A lot of people choose this as their, you know, their start harvester instead of the Massey. I personally prefer the Massey. I like that starter harvester, which is why I chose it to. Oh, I've got a new gamepad. Apologies, and it's too easy to like grab the. I suppose we could. Whilst that is busy, we have got a lot of stuff to do and to take. Right, yeah, back down to. We could grab the other tractor. Yeah, we could also. Any of the littler things on the side? Yeah, I was sort of tempted to buy the side. We could afford it really this time. We could, it's true. Let's grab one. Yeah, I'll sort it out for another Let's Play. It will, you know, come good in time. But we'll go for the standard one. We have actually got a lot of cash. Because, yeah, this is my version. An old fence Eilon. It should say... Yeah, it's not showing it. It should say an old barn find, but I can't remember where that actually... Oh, I've done it again, switched it straight off and gone out of it. So we'll go for the standard Xylem. Because mine is just a standard Xylem, but I'm trying to make it look... Right, yeah, just as you are. Right, fantastic. So let's grab you with all your paraphernalia on. You've got your front box, your back box. Yeah, this is a bit... It will grab it, but it's so graceless on the dropping of it off. Little eyelets that I've got. 2 little eyelets. Why have I done that? Well, if you don't know. I honestly don't know what I've done little eyelets for. Yeah, I've still not got those legs to disappear. That is rather annoying. Right, so this is our... Yeah, I might also buy the proper... have we actually got... I don't think we've got in our arsenal a sprayer, have we? It's quite so common that you don't get the sprayers. You know, as in, like, a lot of people don't include it as a standard kit. I don't mind. I mean, we had a real good setup, but I don't recall... selling a sprayer, so I don't. Again, it's one of those starting lineups that some people used to provide, and then some people don't. So right, so we've got this. Will be our auxiliary vehicle. Yeah, the one for like. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not ever going to use anybody else. But what I'm trying to say is that yeah, this will be our auxiliary vehicle. Where's your indication, Mr. Smith? Yeah, we need to find these little secondary, yeah, let's grab you. I think we ought to just, yeah, so I would like to have, do I put another, these are nice sheds actually, I've got to be honest. Yeah, they are, I'm quite impressed. Yeah, I need to... it's going to fall funny, isn't it? Will it fall funny if you go against the... That's right, it won't let go, no. It won't. This is what the issue that I had before. And then it falls strangely like that. But, it's so annoying. It is. Right, let's go and assist. Yeah, so this is slightly marginally more powerful than that. And obviously it can really have a front loader, but we've already got a telehandler. I will probably be quite often, frequently going for that beautiful red rock. It's just unbelievably that you really can afford a telehandler nearly all of the time for 22,000. It's an amazing bit of kit, really, definitely. So let's grab another one of those. I suppose we could grab, yeah, we need to scan our fields. That's something that would be really quite useful. And we can actually go for the standard. Wait, we don't need the special telehandler side. Yeah, again, I need to do this properly though, yeah. It's annoying me. I'm making do with a lot of mods. Oh, I suppose we could actually drop that off as well. Yeah, I'm sort of... Mate, it's a bit of an impasse. Yeah. Sometimes you get those times, though, when you make do. I was looking at my side. I've had a couple of days off work. And I was planning on doing things, but like a lot of people, I do suffer from depression. It's not something I like go on about on the channel because I'm trying to cheer you up, and I'm not going to go into some I'm depressed and all this malarkey. What I'm saying is, like a lot of people, you've got your things to deal with, and I realised this. I was going to push myself, and I was going to do some modding, and I realised it's one of those moments where the black dog, as it gets called, is knocking on my door, and I thought, well, if you can't cope with it at the minute, like, just go easy on yourself. There's no... No, don't change the subject. Yeah, it is true. I sort of thought, well, I just can't cope with the additional... You know, what I mean is I'm just going to coast a little bit because... Right, I'm going to drop that one. I just can't. I can't be doing with it. I want to get on with my modding, but I thought, you don't always feel like this. Just leave it be. It'll all come good. And I think, yeah, we've got some of our fields. Yeah, so this is some of the adjoining roads. And this is the cow fields. I like the gates. Massive. I like the map. It's beautifully well structured and put together very nicely. I do like it a lot. Right, so then this is one of our fields, and it is normal grass. So I think we should do it in one by the look of it. Is the next field out as well? Let's just pull this up, shall we? Yes, it is. This is the big one. Yeah, I was thinking we ought to set the mower going is what my thought was. And we've only really got the Massey that's capable of... I mean, these other two could do it. Yeah, they're not... It's 170 horsepower, I think. That particular one. So, mine... This is a bit of a biggie. A bit of a bigger one than that. Almost, though. I just missed my corners. Just a tad more. I'm going to miss it a little, but you know something? All things considered, you get a tiny little bit more than it actually sort of shows you. I always said that. Well, you did before, and I'm sure AccuMobile hasn't actually changed his thing, so I'll miss tiny little bits of the corner when I tend to round the corners anyway, so... Doesn't really matter. Let's have a look. That one's not ours. So really, it's along this set here, and then it is backwards. Yeah, it reminds me of. Well, actually, they're bigger dikes than Lincolnshire. I've lived in Lincolnshire. Don't live in Lincolnshire anymore, but I did live in Lincolnshire for quite a few years. On and off. Now, I'm going to leave this gate open. It is obviously a choice as a farmer that I am allowed to do. So let's go and do the field that we're actually... we will shut this gate now. Obviously this is a gate adjoining the road, so that I do choose. I do like the way they've actually done the bits of thing leading into the water. Nice touch. Really is. Oh, nearly got me. Right, let's grab that one. I think, is this another grass? I think we've got too much grass. We will be changing them into standard fields, but we may as well cut the grass. I mean, we obviously do need grass. This is our field, isn't it? No, my bad. Jumping into another farmer's field. Tuts, what are you doing? Well, yeah, it's right hand side. Then we'll grab that field that we're actually working on. That's, we could probably just about, mind you, they're all, yeah, not too terribly large, are they? They're just nice sized fields. I think we'll be able to do this. Yeah, it's in 2 scans, I'd say, this one. A bit of a wasteful one, that one, but we can't really get deep inside, and we've not got narrows on yet. I think we might just about manage it from the other end, because it's going to be the same as this one. It's working on the ups and the downs now, I think. It's 3 headlands. Oh no, I was going to say I've got to think the straws disappear, but it hasn't. Let's have a look. Ooh, no, not quite. Looks like we're going to... Oh, be careful. That's a bit too... That's what I call a bit close. I hate it when you have to do this. At least we should actually scan half of the next field, which I believe is ours. Could probably get that from here. No, is this one of these? No, is this ours one? I don't even know that it is. Oh, it is actually. Yeah, this is a grass field, so we should be able to capture all of that as well if we like do it like this. Then we can do the rest. Yeah, so I think we have got rather a lot of grass, but if we're going to keep a grass field, I would say this one's not a bad one, although I'm just trying to think about adjoining fields. Yeah, let's have a bit of a study of this. That one would be a good grass one, because you could always go through that then, but that path leads always to that, so that means that would make a good normal field. It's like landlocked. You know what I mean, is we just need to leave a good enough place to put the header in, though, the thing that a lot of people forget with fields. So that would make a good grass one. And yeah, we've only got these 3 fields then. So that one's we can change that to a crop field, and I'm not sure what we're going to go into yet. Not at all. But I often do talk about... just scan this field, and then yeah, sometimes it comes to you because like you buy a piece of equipment and you think, oh okay, I'll go into that then. Yeah, so we're at that sort of stage at the minute where I'm not sure we're going to go into, because we've not got anything specialist yet. So again, I can do all of the standard things that have I not sent that? No, I have. It's just waiting for it to come back. Yeah. There's quite a bit of loam on the fields. It's quite nice. Now then, this is going to be the cornfield. So how do we? Can we sort of sneak down the side? Yes, it is actually capturing it all. Just be careful and get me closer. Yeah, we did capture half of it anyway, so that's just a little bit more to capture that corner. I know it's a bit wasteful. It is horrible to have to do it like this, but we've got cropping and I'd like to get the scanning done, so I'm prepared to pay that extra cost. And then we'll drop the scanner off. I think that's everybody. I think that's all of them done, isn't it? Let's have a look. Have I missed anybody? No, you've done them all. You've done half of other people's as well, but no, it's very nice fields. Yeah, it is. Excellent. So that is all the scanning done. A bit of grass grown in the road. It does happen. Yeah, there's a lot of attention to little details, and also the fact that you're allowed to... I wasn't sure what would happen about us like grabbing that bit of the land back. You know, if I didn't want to go traditional farming where you've got your... There is one thing I would like to know that of you all, and that is, would you like me to do a Let's Play where we do everything, like we've got the bunker silos and go old school? I can do it. I'm not, it's just I prefer to use... I have fully embraced productions, but that doesn't mean to say it's not nice to go old school once as well. And if people want to use 3-metre equipment, I can do it. It's just, I like to get better traction than that, so therefore... frequently don't like to do that because it's not very good traction. You literally 3 meters, it's going to take you a long time, and it also Would depend. This sort of map, you could probably get away with 3-meter equipment without it being the end of the world. That actually is true. That isn't much use to us, is it? Apart from we have got this for the... Yeah, obviously we've sort of gone to the telehandler, which then means that this particular implement is... I was going to, like, not get rid of this, but it makes sense now that we do, because we've got a telehandler, so you could go for a bigger one. That's my point, not because this was on my reprieve list, but now more logically thinking about it, it doesn't make much sense in keeping it if we're going telehandler. And we are obviously going telehandler because we bought one. We are slowly, I mean, yeah, there's going to be things that we need that I haven't actually bought just yet. I tend to be a bit frugal like that because, as I said, really, you never know when something's going to come in the sales that you need or... Right, it's actually in the box, isn't it? And it's not... So it has to be outside of the box. You stand inside the box. So, right, yeah, that's... Okay. Fantastic. Let's go and assist and grab some bits and bobs. Charging points, 2 of them. Yeah, Great Britain is in very much of actually doing that kind of thing at the minute so much. Yeah, from changing the infrastructure to allow for charging for the new... well, the government's obviously sort of seeing that we're going electrical cars. They're too expensive at the minute. I've got to be honest. I was recently in the market for buying another car, and my first thought was, well, do we go hybrid? Do we go electric? So I looked at the prices. They were 3 times the price of buying a petrol or diesel equivalent. And I thought, well, I'm not being nasty. I was prepared to embrace this and, like, you know, like do something, but I thought not 3 times the amount. That's just exorbitant. I thought, so no, I'll leave it till the next time I need to get a car, and hopefully that the prices will be a little bit more reasonable and not eat me out of house and home. Melina Hoyve. Right. I don't know what that means, obviously, really, yes. So this is our main cow. Yeah, this is the like the for feeding and like doing the straw and everything for the cows. Yeah, I will spit my words out on it. So this type of thing, it's got a bit of an overhang. This type of thing, I think we'll leave that like so. So really, the Massey is, yeah, but it's, I'm not sure, will one of these ones grab that 50 tonner? Actually, strange enough, the Xylon is a bit of a plucky character. Yeah, me and it grabbed this, the big 50 tonner, a couple of sessions ago, so we could set the Massey. I'm not sure what its horsepower is, I've not checked what our lead tractor is, but it's nice to have a, looks like, it could be anything. You can get the Masses look like that, and they're like 220, or they can be 350. You can get the 400 horsepower ones that look similar as well. So, wow. Oh, he has exempted as well. Smashing. So then let's grab the Massey. I think it's definitely 210. It's a 210. S7S210. So I think this is the one that goes up to something like 280 or something like that. Or it might be a 240. Not really know. It's not important. Just it'll cope with the range that we need it to do, and that's all that we really need to know. At present, we will obviously look at times. You know, we're going to put a repair point down and things like that in on the farm, all of that type of stuff. As you do. It's almost a given that you'll do something like that, really, is it not? Right, so mower. And then will this need a weight on the front as it uses it? just about managing to like keep its wheels on the ground. Any ideas? I always wonder whether or not to switch them off or keep them on, but although they're a bit of pesky characters, they yeah, they add a bit of character, I think. Right, so then, this is field 37. Do we set? I think a standard worker will do this quite nicely. I do. We've got windrows and all the rest of it too, haven't we? So that's, yeah, I don't want to be looking. Yeah, but it's not going to affect anything. Right, so we do want to be grabbing, I think, the baler. Now this can just about manage. In fact, I think they are. Yeah, I think the other one can actually as well. Let's bring it in. We've got 3 team members. Let's grab all of the members. We don't need you at the minute. I can drop you off. I don't think you're probably in retirement with us having the telehandler, to be honest. We do want, yeah, I'm going to bail. Don't need to, yeah. It's a nice little tractor, this is. I do like Deutz. Yeah, it really is a manufacturer I'm quite pleased with. I know not everyone is. It's one of those. I've always found them very good. Good and not too expensive. It's a manufacturer a little bit like BI Industries that's a bit more reasonable. Their name hasn't gone to the head like some of the others where they start to get expensive. Like my favourite manufacturer and people like that and the classes and that, they're all, yeah, clamouring for the cash. Right, so then we want to set this before we start on 180s. Yeah, and it is a standard, isn't it? So it'll have to be 180s. I mean, they are good size anyway, so let's just get this bit into the field because this was a bit messy here. And then we'll literally follow the same course, but just to begin with, we will tidy up this bit because we did really, yeah, we do need to grab that Nardi out as well. Do we swap this for a G866 equivalent? Was what I was thinking, is you can go a little bit bigger. We've got a telehandler. I don't mind actually using the telehandler, but it would be nice to have less bales. I suppose, yeah. If we're going to do it, let's do it now. It does make a bit of sense. It does. You can go the bigger size, so we can go for exactly the same thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's 1,000 litres. Yeah, I know it's a bit wasteful, but I mean it's one of those things, and we just want to get us. He says that he sways all over the place. Yeah, just want to get us sorted so that like we've got everything we need, as in like, you know, the things that we're keeping, that we sort of swap them out if we've got to, for little things like this where you want to go for like the GA66 version because you can go bigger and stuff like that. All of those type of things. So it's just outside the box is where we want to be. And then we're going to swap this straight out. I hope we don't lose anything, but sometimes you do. So think about 4,000, I think, is all we're losing. Let's go and see the nice lady inside. Right, so we want... Yeah, I hate that when you have a mental aberration. Baler is what you're looking for. Round. And we want the GH66 version of the very baler that we actually had just there. So we lost 4,000. Yeah, we don't want anything special. Yeah, we lost 4,000 for the trouble of like that. But I can live with that. It's yeah, it is what it is, isn't it, really? Right, so remember, you want to go... I don't necessarily want to go like to the really big ones because they can get, I think, 100 odd sort of like 1,000 litres. I think it's not FB181. I think it's the one after. We'll try that one. It's about 20 tonners. Let's try that. I think that's about right. I've got to fix this in my head. I've used it a few times. So they're standard 180s. And you get 181s. 182 is what I'm going to try for. Yeah, I think that's right. Right, now then, let's set it on that same course, which is 33. It's the only one we've actually done so far, so it's got to be the right one, hasn't it, really? Oh. So that is that field done. So that harvester has done its first harvest. And last. Yeah, it is. It's the with the. I know we've got the corn coming up. Do we? Yeah, I think I'm just going to swap it straight out for the Massey. And if we got one in the sales, we'd just literally sell mine and keep the new one. It's, I keep saying this. I always used to sweat it and about, oh yeah, but then I'm going to. But if you bought it new, it's not going to be like worth a lot less, is it? So it's. Okay, let's grab you up the way. In fact, no, we need to, yeah, grab the Nardi and everything and get it on its way. Let's just set the baler on the course and get this hooked up. How well did we actually do? Office fields of wheat. What are we going to do with the wheat? Could go seeds. We could go. Actually, no, we truly could go. Well, a real good little money spinner. And obviously, it all depends on what you've been given. We could do. Oh, I can't think of its name. I can see it in my head, but I can't actually think of its name. What I'm going to talk right now. We need to. Let's grab the Nardi. Yeah, because it's sort of in the wrong. Can't see actually. Okay. We can pull it ourselves, and then we're taking this down. So this was the first and last ride of the Evian, and we're going to swap it out for the humble Massey Ferguson. Right, okay. That'll do, I think. Yeah, I've not got anything against this. It's just its hold is very limited. And what I'm saying is, I'm sort of thinking ahead already. I am, if I'm being totally truthful. I do like this header, the actual. Yeah, I do. We've got this same header. It seems to be a header of choice. The trailer, sorry, header trailer of choice of quite a few map makers. And I've got to be honest, I can see why it's not a swivel axle. So I'm not selling the header trailer, but once I'm actually keeping it, because I think this can manage probably just about to a. I'm not sure actually. I think it was more like a. Yeah, I think we will. I'd like to get the bigger version, like that you could cope with it. But to be honest, we've got my trailer, so that can cope with headers as well. Part of the charm of my flatbed is the fact that it can cope with the 16-meter headers if you really want. Obviously overhanging, but it's still long enough that you can get away with that. So why would you not just go with that option? Well, me personally, I like to go with it, obviously, because I've designed the trailer with that in mind as well. That it was a multi-purpose trailer that is perfect for that kind of thing. So this is going to be all of this. And I suppose it is true. We don't need to buy it immediately. We could sort of hang on in case we get something that says we don't need anything right now, is my point. Not to... Yeah. So sell... Oh, we got 10% more as well. And... Fantastic. So that's obviously really puzzle. So we obviously it looks like we're doing well, but we've got harvest, so we've got to get that back. So and what I frequently find in these first sort of sessions is you forget about that. And then your money starts to fritter down, as it frequently does in these situations. And you realise that actually you have not... Oh, you haven't set that. We are going to need this actually on the field. So let's set the baler though, because we are losing valuable work time. Let's go... yeah, let's just get nearest though, because we wasted that bit right nearly the edge. So nearest, go, and we don't want to see anything either. Fantastic, and let's borrow you and take you back. So, has it come to mind what I'm trying to say of the first... Yeah, I'm going to put one of the mini... Yeah, I'm liking the mini at the minute, because it is small and petite. And my big one, although obviously much more powerful, takes up a lot more room, and you often find on a farm room is not... What's it called? I still can't think of what it is called. Mineral feeds. That's the one. Yeah, we can make some mineral feed. It's not a bad little earner. It sort of multiplies because you're putting other things in. But we will need digestate, and we have got plenty of grass, so we can actually do that. Yeah, we can do the digestate one. Will actually work nicely. So really, I suppose it's probably not a bad idea to stick that down. Now, again, we want to be studying the layout of the farm and see centrally, is that very field where we are? Because this is Dutch sort of a setup. Now, we could do something that I've done frequently, which is a sort of... do we own that field there? Let's have a look. Let's do it that... Yeah, we do. So centrally, really, if you were to like put a circle around it, ignore that field on the left because it's not going to fall inside this. But if you were to put a circle in there, the centre of the circle would be there. Now that's a funny place to put it, but there's not too far off centre. What I'm thinking of doing is we would build a land bridge where we'd put a concrete pipe through it and then like build... Now obviously the game mechanics are a little bit funny about this. So you've got to sort of obviously just build on. That's if we're allowed to do it. But we would be putting a concrete pipe through, like we do it in Great Britain all the time. They sometimes fill the dikes in, but they put concrete tubes in, so you're not really filling the dikes in. Right, so then, with that in mind, that there, where these all join, is the bit, if we're allowed to do it. That's a point. Let's just see first of all, could we use the production silo? My icons are all wrong as well. It's that a time of flux when not a tiny. So we would want I think a production, proper production. I've still broke down, so I've not fixed it yet. I'm trying to move away from the square ones. Yeah. They're limited. I don't want to like keep them going because it was an idea I had, and then I sort of found out could go the biggie. Oh, that one's actually working. That's not a bad idea. So that's only get an overlap. You don't get this is not our land, right? Okay, smashing. So that would actually work. So we need to imagine we're putting concrete in here. Concrete like triple. But it would be a T-piece, actually, being as I'm a plumber, so I know what it would be. So then we need to like go from about this point here and fill this in where we would be putting concrete in, so as we wouldn't be actually filling this in. But we do need to like also join the field a bit where we need to give it a bit of a route to get from that field to, otherwise it would be a pointless... Yeah, like something like an adjoining bit where you could actually get to this from there is my point. Otherwise it would be a pointless waste of time as doing this, really. Right, so I think that should now... So that we would have a... Let's put this down first and then we'll fill it in. Is it? Oh, yeah, these are special, these ones. Yeah, they're extremes for the end of a Let's Play. So it was one of the... Yeah, no, it was slightly... It's a normal... And that was 27 when it was the bigger one. It's a bit of a monster, isn't it? It is, actually. We could do with the sides below that, just sheerly for the... oh, and of course it is the one that's not working. Would you believe it? They've got that corner one, though. That's not too terrible a thing. And it is deliberately built with this type of thing in mind. So that's not too terrible. Ah, overlaps with another product. I need it really not. So it's wanting you to do B mode no matter what. Yeah, maybe it wasn't particularly like the fact that you... yeah, that'll do. Fantastic. Let's just... yeah, we now need to do some concrete in and make sure everything's level and all that type of stuff. No, I think it's alright. Let's do me favourite. I do love my concrete pebbles. We ought to, yeah, that come from the road as well. Like a proper entrance and exit point. A bit of proper, like, as if we'd meant it to be here, which of course we did, but that's what I mean, like, you know, working with what you've done to make it, yeah, coming off the roads. We need to make a little couple of runs, there's tiny ones, just like going... like that. I don't find this the best for doing that type of run. And then we'll probably join that one like that. Yeah, it goes very wide. Sort of, you get rid of all your grass little bits. So we'll just stick some in. Yeah. Continue with that little line there. And a little blob. We meant to do that there. That's, yeah, it doesn't matter that it's not perfect, because things like that rarely are. Let's do just a little splash of grass just there, like that, for a bit of authenticity, and I think that's not too terrible. Right, so with production silo, that was what we were actually aiming to do. Sorry, not the production silo, the mini, the self-sufficiency, but I suppose in a way... yeah, productions can sort of be got at from anything. It probably, if you're going to do TMR, wouldn't be a bad idea to actually do it right next to here. Then you could grab your TMR. In fact, right where those... does it matter which end? Right, it does in a way. The manure's this end, which means I'm thinking... that the milking end is going to be at the other end. So we need to make sure we're not blocking anything. So we need those zone markers on just for a minute. Right. Let's have a look. So food is right at this end there. So that makes a bit more sense. Animals and milk here. So right. So actually the food's closer to the other end. Although it probably is the entire length, but you never know. So... would make sense then that we actually do that up this end, and it is true, typically. They're in my way now. I need to go there. Or I suppose I could go at this end here. Right where I am. I'm just sort of sitting on the edge. Because it doesn't take up a lot of room, this beautiful bit of kit. So we want the... mini self-sufficiency. Well, the picture's totally wrong. Oh. It's just like ping-ponged. Yeah, it does really want to go like that. It does. There's no denying this fact. It needs to go exactly where they are. So we're going to have to wait till the baler's... oh, it's my gamepad that's dropped off. I was using that. Why would that think that that was acceptable? For that to like let my gamepad go when I'm actually using it, that's a bit poor. It's a new issue. It really is quite new. Just got it, but that's a bit of an odd thing for it to do when you're actually using it. Right, so we want to be grabbing you because you'll have done that one. Let's put you on the next field. You want to be grabbing the windrower, so yeah. So then 36. Which we need to create. We've not done any work on it yet. Oh, what was that field we just worked on? 37. So before we do that, create 37 and save your course before you oh, I think if you go out and then again, I think you should get away with saving the course. No, you've lost it. Right, okay, we need to. Yeah, it's because it's selected the field. My bad. Oh, we'll do it next time. We need to 3 and no, none of that round stuff. So yeah, 36 and save course 11 meters. So just make sure you've done that on the right one. We are on 36. Oh, we are indeed. So first, wish you could put in your preferences that you don't want it to. Yeah, like C as the default setting. There might be a setting. Right, so we want to grab you as well. To grab the windrow for the grass. Set you going. Do we do a set? We are going to use a standard worker on this because obviously we didn't save the course. So we need to wait till the next time we cut the grass on that particular field that we're just about to do. So standard worker, which means I'm going to have to like do the baling on it. I'm not worried about that. Yeah, they're fair good sized bales, aren't they? So, or we could go loose. Which, yes, I'm thinking this could be one of those times I actually do some TMR ourselves. I mean, we're going to do the grass silage to make silage, so it seems quite appropriate that we probably do like this. Right, it's a bit noisy though. I think it's probably not a bad idea because we've got a lot of work to do. Otherwise, this is going to be like a monstrously long session. So I think we'll do a bit of a time lapse so we can get a bit of work done and finish the fields we've done. Or I think actually it's probably not a bad time to finish our session right now, and then we'll do the rest of the work next time. We've started to put things down and things like that, haven't we? Yeah, so I am going to say my words, I think, yeah. So all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.